Hey guys! Hoi, 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 hoi! How are you doing? Are you fine? I hope you're doing great. I'm good. Thanks for asking. If you had asked anything. Just kidding, guys. So, got it. Got it to almost 3. Let's begin this class. Are you ready to start? Are you ready to begin, guys? So this class, well, I am ready. So let's do it. This class is dedicated to Alessandro, Amanda, Carol, Talita, Ana Julia, Veira. Yay! All right. So today is April 15th, and I hope you do enjoy this class. Claro, né? Como toda boa YouTuber tem que ter o que? A vinheta. Excuse me. Teacher Lila's video classes. Ooh, very impressive, huh? Great, guys. Do you have your books with you? Do you have it? If not, pause this video. Go grab your book. I can wait. You're fast. Good job. Okay, so we still have some students here who haven't picked up their Got It 3 book. I'm very anxious. I'm looking forward to start teaching you guys the new book. We can start as soon as everybody comes here and pick them up, okay? Your books are available. They are here at our school. Is Language Corner open? Yeah, we are trying to keep open every day, especially in the afternoon, because your teacher is here recording classes. Yeah, and this is one of them. So let's continue working with our Got It 2, okay? And the book this is the requested book, and the page today we're gonna work with pages 86 and probably 87. 87, not really, not for this class, okay? But 86, yes. On this page, we have a title that says, The Genius Who Changed the Way We See the World. The Genius Who Changed the Way We See the World. Who, relative pronoun. So we have here a genius. And this genius changed the way we see the world. Who is he? Who is this guy? Do you recognize this picture? Do you recognize him? Yes, you're good. This is Charles Darwin. And you probably have heard his name in your biology classes. Yes. He is the founder of the theory of evolution. Yes. So Charles Darwin was a scientist, and most of his practice was related to traveling, going to distant places. We're gonna check that in this passage, in this story here. During his voyages, his travels, he observed different species, different animals, and he concluded that probably every living thing, every being that is alive inherited something from a previous species. So, that's basically what the evolution is about. Some of the words you may find in this reading that I want you to highlight, please do use highlighter. Get your pencil cases as well. So pick up your highlighter and highlight some of these words. This one is very important. Repeat after me. Inheritance. 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 Good job. Well done. Controversial. 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 Evidence. Evidence. Species or species. Species or species. This word is very interesting because it's always with an S at the end, but it can be singular, can be plural. So you can have one species, two species, many species. Always we say species in the plural. Offspring. Offspring. Okay, so I want you to imagine to figure out the meanings of these words in case you don't know what they mean, in case you don't know what they signify. Okay, so I'm going to play our audio, of course, our audio recording. And yeah, it's really nice to number the lines. I know you may think, but teacher, we are not in a real classroom. How am I going to raise my hand and ask a question? I have a problem with a word in paragraph 2, blah, blah, blah. I know. But it's, I think we should keep some things traditional, right? I suggest, as this text is pretty long, it's a very long text, that you number them per paragraph, okay? So paragraph 1, 1 through 4. Second paragraph, 1 through 12. Third paragraph, 1 through 17. Fourth, fifth, and sixth paragraphs. We have 6 paragraphs, and always start from 1, okay? I think it's better because I don't want to work with big numbers. I might, I may ask you these questions orally, and it's always nice to highlight where the answers are. Let's listen.
Unit 8, Skills, Reading, page 86, Exercise 1. The genius who changed the way we see the world. Charles Darwin was a British scientist. He was born on February 12, 1809. Darwin is famous because he described the theory of evolution, which transformed the way people think about life on Earth. As a child, Darwin was very interested in nature, and he collected insects and plants. Later, he went to college to study medicine, but he hated it. His life changed in 1831 when he joined a scientific voyage around the world as a naturalist on a ship called the HMS Beagle. During the trip, he collected an enormous number of birds, plants, and fossils, and he found South America and the Galapagos Islands particularly interesting. He studied the animals and plants there and noticed small but important differences between species on different islands. It was then that he started to develop his ideas about evolution. Darwin returned to England in 1836 and continued to collect evidence to support his theory. He worked hard for over 20 years until, in 1859, he published his famous book On the Origin of Species, on his theory of evolution by the process of natural selection. According to his theory, animals or plants that are best adapted to the environment are more likely to survive and pass on to their offspring the characteristics that help them to survive. Gradually, over very long periods of time, species change and new species develop. His theory was extremely controversial because it contradicted religious beliefs about the creation of life. Over the past 150 years, many important scientists have discovered new evidence to support and explain his theory, and today, most scientists and ordinary people, with the exception of creationists, accept the theory. Darwin did not know how inheritance worked because the science of genetics was unknown in his lifetime. The later discoveries of genes and DNA have helped explain exactly how inheritance works. Charles Darwin died on April 19, 1882, but his ideas live on. His theories have revolutionized science, and he is one of the greatest scientists in history.
That's a good reading. Oh, I like the voice of our reader. So if we have questions, remember we never say I have a doubt or we have doubt, right? We have questions. If you are in doubt about any vocabulary, the numbers of lines and the paragraphs can give me some precise location of where the word is, and feel free to ask me these words in the comments below this video, or you can contact me in private using WhatsApp, because this is the tool we are using, the app we are using to have instant messages. So what pretty much I can tell you guys is that I have this question because I want to ask you this question, and I wanted to think about Darwin. So what was the title of Darwin's famous book? Try to find the answer. You can pause the video and try to find the answer. If you answered in the third paragraph, line number 4, this is the title of his most famous work, On the Origin of a Species. And this is the book where he explains what he understood from observing the wildlife in the Galapagos Island. We've read already in this book some interesting things about Galapagos, and I would like to visit this place someday. I believe it belongs to Peru, or Ecuador. I think it's an island that belongs to Ecuador. Yeah, it's a South American island. Isn't that cool? Isn't that interesting? Okay, so from this reading, and I hope to link this audio directly to your WhatsApp. I think I can make this happen. You're gonna listen to this whole text again, okay? It's very important to read and listen to the words simultaneously. And at home, try to answer these questions, or you can just highlight the answers in the text, which I think is the same. Question number 1. When was Charles Darwin born? When was he born? What was he interested in as a child? What was he interested in as a child? Why did his life change in 1831? Why did his life change? That's number 3. 4. What did he collect during his trip on the Beagle? 5. What theory did he present in his book? That's an easy one. That's an easy one. 6. Why was his book controversial? And 7. What discoveries helped explain Darwin's theory of evolution. The funny fact about Charles Darwin is that he developed a certain theory even before genetics was ever thought possible. So I was glad to get to know this about Darwin's theory. I hope you liked today's class, guys. And don't forget to memorize these new words. Sorry. Yay. Controversial. Underline words that you particularly don't know or couldn't understand. You may ask me. And we will keep having classes this way, but not for long, hopefully, okay? Bye-bye, guys. The end.